Hello, this is Solomon Davis, right side trader, with my weekly market review. We're reviewing a morning, not a morning NASDAQ trade. It's just a market review where I'm looking at the NASDAQ and I'm looking at the quarterly chart, monthly chart, weekly chart, and a daily chart just to see where we're at in the market at this time. I like reviewing the market each week to see what's going on. To keep me on the right side of the chart, on the right side of my trade. Again, even though I think I'm going to do give you a little heads up, I'm going to do a little, I did a trade that I shouldn't have done, and actually I had to make a video about it. So that'll be coming out too, about put selling and all. Because again, I am in a bullish mindset. That's one of the hardest things that we have to, one of the main things that we have to work with when it comes to trading is your mindset. And trading what you see, not what you feel or what you think, so we all still struggle with that. But I trade small where I take small losses, but those small losses tend to add up. So I'll be doing that a little bit later, later this weekend. But that's it. Let's kind of move on and take a look at these charts and see what's happening. Okay. First of all, I'm going to be looking at a quarterly chart, monthly chart, and a weekly chart of the NASDAQ and seeing what I see and showing you what I see. First of all, we are still in a bearish market. This is a 10 moving average and a 50 moving average. We're below the 10. Usually on the monthly chart, we're looking at if we're below a 10 moving average, we're in a bearish market So that's what I'm still seeing. This is still just mid-month. We're heading lower. We're getting a doji. Will this thing change? Don't know. We have to wait as time passes and see what happens. So let's move on to the monthly chart. On the monthly chart, this is QQQ I'm looking at this time too. I want to show you just a little bit more. There you go. Now you can see the 200 coming into play. This is on the monthly chart, where earlier in the month we was wondering if we was going to actually get a bounce. We did get this tail being up here that lets you know these candles right here, candles open here, close here on a red candle. That lets you know that this candle at one time was kind of green and was thinking that maybe we was getting a bounce off the 50. That's why if you're a long-term type trader, a longer-term trader, you need to almost wait until the end of the month to actually start making your decisions about your trades. And I've read books and read things about people that talk about doing stuff like that. That was one of my recordings coming up if that actually came across. But you wait to the end of the month to actually make your decisions on what you're going to do. And based on that, I've read books, as I was getting back, where I read books where guys, it was like EP, I think it's EPS trade, I used to call it, based on the EPS of a company. I think that's what it was. I'm not really sure. But if everything looked good at the end of the month, we would just do what we're supposed to do. We go long or we go short, or we get in or we get out. But it was based on we would always do it at the end of the month, first of the month type trade. So, but still on the monthly chart, we're still bearish. This market is still going down, even though our stochastic is still down here at the bottom. It is still pointing to the downside. ATR is still kind of high. Usually when it's high like this, you're getting large price ranges, is what we're seeing right now. And that's kind of typical in a bearish market. In a bullish market, usually the price movement is actually kind of small. The market moves up slowly. It moves down pretty fast. Now let's go to the weekly chart. On the weekly chart, we're getting out. You can see our waves of the market going down. The market doesn't go straight down. It goes down in waves. It goes up in waves. And now we finally broke this previous low. We was actually bouncing. Maybe we was going to get a bounce on the 200 on the weekly chart. And that seemed like that didn't happen. Now we're up underneath the 200. Now with this being under the 200, what is some of the big money going to do on a weekly chart if they're looking at that time frame and see what's going to happen? Even though we have our stochastic down here at the bottom trying to cross back to the upside, but right now we're working on a weekly red candle. We need to wait. This is Friday, so I doubt by the end of the day this candle is going to turn around and go all the way back up here, but anything can happen. So we have to we'll see next week to really see how this week actually played out, since I'm making this now around midday, a little after midday. But I don't expect too much change, but anything can happen. But again, we are in a bearish market still based on what we're seeing on the chart. I was thinking maybe we would get a little bit of a pullback, but it seems like that's not happening. This third leg here is usually longer than this leg right here. If I kind of like duplicate this drawing and I grab this leg here and put it here, these are always subjective where you want to put it at. So the way I like doing things, when I start using these lines and things like this, you very seldom see me do this. But this is where, you know, my target for this thing to go. These are monthly pivots, and it's kind of lining up with a couple monthly pivots here at 236. Not a trade recommendation, again, but this is where I expect the market to go. And I have to wait and see based on this right here. That can be 3 or 4 weeks down the road, maybe the end of the month, end of next month, that if this market is going to actually be here or not. I'll do this. I'll just leave it at that. But that's where I expect it to go. Now let's take a quick look at the daily chart. Went too far. Daily chart. This is that long leg there that we was just looking at. Let me back up a little bit and see how much of this we can actually see. Let me see if I can do something else here. Time. And let me see if I do this. Will this help give us anything? Say okay. As you can see, and I can do that. There. As you can see, this is what I just drawed on there. This is what's happening. And this is not unrealistic for the NASDAQ to drop another 30 points. What I also want to show here on the daily chart and is this what had happened yesterday. This was a very bullish looking pattern, you know, in a bear market. You know, and I kind of said that when I was looking at it looking at it intraday, was talking about the pattern that we saw yesterday was kind of like a pattern that you would see in a bullish market, and then we ended up with this bullish pattern here, a bullish engulfing, you know, but we're not getting confirmation of this bullish pattern. So that's why it's kind of best to wait for that confirmation candle before actually going long. Because I would have been expecting this market to come all the way back up here to this monthly pivot and then reverse. So, you know, I would have been looking to still trying to go long, you know, based on me. And that's probably why I end up putting the long trade on, a bullish trade on, that I will do a video on that too. Which will not be a trade recommendation, just kind of show you that we still all make mistakes. We still all have that mindset where we think instead of just playing based on what we see. Again, this is all I really want to share. The market is still in a bearish pattern. We just want to see where this thing is going to go and what's going to happen. Again, this is Solomon, right side trader with right side trading. Please contact us if you're interested in wanting to learn how to trade and see how we can help you. Yep, my camera has turned down. You can see the back of my monitors, but that's it. Have a great week. Have a great weekend, and talk to you later. Bye.